Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and full review of the X4 Mars 2-in-1 case for the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. Now, for those of you that follow my channel, you already know I love my Z Fold 3. It is, in my opinion, the best device ever made. But finding great cases for this device hasn't been as easy as I would have anticipated here in the third generation of its existence. Now keep in mind, this case only works with the Z Fold 3, so if like me you also have a Z Fold 2 or maybe the first gen Z Fold, it's just not going to work, so let's go ahead and get that out of the picture. So focusing on the X4 Mars 2-in-1. It retails for roughly 45, 46 US dollars. I'll include a link in the description, and in full disclosure, this was furnished to me by the manufacturer for review purposes. And I believe right now it's presently on sale for about 20% off. So if you're interested in picking one up, it seems to be a good time at present. But also know this is brand spanking new. And I'm glad to see manufacturers are still aiming to make high quality cases even this far into the Z Fold 3's existence, because quite frankly, the case situation just hasn't been so great. What's also interesting about this is that it has magnetic hinge protection, which at first glance you hear that and you might think to yourself, I don't know if that's going to be a good thing. And that's because generally speaking, magnetic anything with a Z Fold product can interfere with functionality, specifically with the brand new S Pen. Not so new anymore, but new to the folding phone arena. And that's why I have it out today. So this case, another thing that appeals to me personally about it, I think its aesthetic is nice, and what is really great is that we are not dealing with any adhesive. This whole trend towards adhesive, I'm not a big fan of it. You know, when you don't have any other option, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to use that case with adhesive. I've done that for a very long time with my Z Fold 3, but I've never been a fan of it, and in some cases, it definitely can damage your device. So there's the magnetic hinge system. We've got a bit of felt in here. It's a combination of hard as well as soft plastic. They even have a faux leather ridge right here, and I like the styling. If you go with the Mars Red, this will be orange rather than silver, or at least that's what appears to be the color per the Amazon listing. And then you see we've got some basic instructions here that first you're going to want to install the front screen, insert the bottom first and then the top. And then next step, press lightly to make sure the tape is well attached. And then, of course, please insert the rear case protector, insert the bottom first yet again, and then press all corners to clip it into position. Now there's that other color I was talking about. Here it looks red, more red, but that still kind of looks orange. Maybe it's just my vision. I'm not colorblind, but I am blind to some degree. At any rate, let's go ahead and pop it on. Now, per the instructions, I'm pretty sure they said to do the front first, so let's do that. So we're putting the bottom in first. That was, if my memory serves, exactly what the manufacturer specified. And that popped on easily, no issues there. Fit and finish seem, nice. I like this little silver touch here. Let's go ahead and now put on the balance. Again, they call for the bottom going in first, and we're just going to go ahead and snap it into place. I believe they wanted the device open, but it looks like I've got it on already. So let's go ahead now. Doesn't seem to be quite flush, so let's see where I'm not lining up, because this should be lining up and it's not exactly right. So it looks like, let's just see here. Make sure I've got this in place. What I can tell you at first glance is that all of the cutouts seem to be where they need to be. So right there, everything's accommodated, from speakers to microphone pinholes. We go along the side, your volume rocker, power button slash, or power button is there and available. No issue there. Your Type-C port, along with, again, microphone pinhole and speaker, Cutouts all look good, not going to have a problem. And I can't tell you how many cases, as basic as it may seem, that I've gone through that actually miss in that arena. So just something to be aware of. Now, another thing you may have noticed, which I think is smart, is they've got a little cutout here, which makes it a lot easier to open the device. Now, most cases that I've encountered this year, they don't really have a lip here or any way for you to get into, or rather open the device cleanly. So that's just another thing I would point out in this situation. Now, this is the magnetic hinge, which basically is just giving you protection, again, with a fabric insert. And you can see now it's sticking. It seems like it needs to maybe get acclimated a little bit, but not too thick on this. I think the styling is subdued. It's nice. I'm not into cases that make a phone look, very different than what they are in their original state. And one of the big battles with the Fold is that, it's gotten lighter, it's gotten slimmer, but once you throw a case on like this, especially one that generally will give you hinge protection, things just get very, very large. I think that this is probably one of the slimmer fit cases that I've seen that gives you hinge protection. The only thing it doesn't give you is, again, a place for the pen. But as I mentioned, one of the bragging rights of this device is that in spite of them using a magnetic hinge, it is not going to be interfered with. So let me go ahead and just pull up a blank note, which I have here, and let's make sure, no interference. So I'm not seeing any issue with writing at all. So that's definitely a good thing, because, that's one of those things where this doesn't have to work properly once magnets come into play. In fact, I've experienced that with several cases I haven't covered here on the channel. And, well, they aren't on the channel for that reason. So I'm glad to see this works as expected. But again, I think, the combination of hard and soft plastic so that it's not slippery, has a grippy feel, textured, and then the design language, I think, is what makes this unique. Now, the manufacturer says this is a metal lip. I'm not sure if it's metal, but it's certainly a harder material than the soft, almost silicone feel that you get from the balance of the case. But I'm digging the fit and finish, the little design cues. I like this case. And again, it's because it really isn't about making an impression. It's about protecting the phone and keeping it, as I stated earlier, subdued and not interfering with any form or function, at least that I'm aware of. Now let's charge the device also. Let's make sure that it has not impaired charging. So I've got a little MagSafe charger here, which, of course, this is not a MagSafe case, but we should still be able to charge, and we can. So it appeared for a second there, then disappeared on us, but that, I believe, is just positioning. Let's try that again. And it's tough just because I can't see the actual battery pack, but I believe, we're not going to have a problem with this. Try that again. I'm just trying to power this bank on. This is a sync wire bank, for those of you that are wondering. And you did see it immediately started charging. There it is. So I just wasn't on the sweet spot. Forgive me. And you can see fast wireless charging is in effect. I have 68% right now, so a little over an hour and 3 minutes. But if you had any concerns about this case working with wireless charging, you shouldn't. So basically what it boils down to is that we've got a new kid on the block. The X4 Mars 2-in-1, I think, has the right look. It has the right feel. And this may end up being a daily driver case for me. I personally am not as worried about the hinge as many users, but I completely understand why people are worried, because it's so easy to scratch. And with a case like this, you have peace of mind. And then again, I cannot reiterate enough, and you can see as I open and close it there, the transition it's going through. I cannot emphasize enough that the fact that we have no adhesive is a win-win. So, any questions or comments about this case, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.